What's up, everybody? And welcome to my place. I'm a guy in his basement making Cowboys content. Holy crap, party at Jeff's. What up, Duke? Thanks for being here right at the beginning. What a sweet man. A lot of times when I talk draft, some of you psychos, and you know who you are, just immediately say, can we do a mock draft? And my answer is always no, I haven't seen enough players. And now I might have seen enough players to do a mock draft for like 2 rounds. We'll find out because I'm going to try it. I'm going to play around with it. And if you guys want to talk about any draft prospects or any Cowboys offseason free agency stuff, any Cowboys stuff, whatever, just fire them in the chat. Super chats are the best, though. $10 billion. That's what I need. Got to pay off the pool. See, here's more. Oh, my God. And Ryan wants mock drafts every day. Every day. All right. Let me see if I even know how to work all the things that I'm doing. 18 running backs going in the top 30. Okay, so let me see if I know what the hell I'm doing here. Let's try. What is this? Picture in picture? What would be the other picture? No, we'll just do a full screen, right? We'll just do a share the screen. That's what we'll do. Share screen, mock draft simulator, share. And now you guys can see that, right? Oh, and I still am on the screen. Look at that. Mock draft, best show ever. Oh, my God, you guys are sick. Can we have a draft party at your place? No. Egbuka is growing. I love Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka. Ohio State wide receiver. Okay, so first we got to figure out. I'm only going 2 rounds. I feel like I can do 2. We'll find out. Public or Pro Football Focus board? I don't know. A little more towards public. Care for positional value? Sure, a little bit. Draft for needs? Yeah, a little bit. Randomness? I don't want a lot of randomness. Let's enter the draft. Oh boy, is this great! Are we ready? Do we move on from Tolbert? You pretend he doesn't exist, at least, right? Do you really think the Joneses won't do free agency? I do think that the Joneses are cheap. Like, that is my realization of why they do things the way that they do. It's not like they're unwilling to do restructure things to add more players to try to compete. They did it just a year ago. They did it. They're not willing to do it as much as the teams that are really trying to win a Super Bowl. So you'll always have to overcome people who are going for it harder than you are because they want to stay responsible. And responsible means not writing big checks in free agency for signing bonuses for them. I believe that they have an actual budget. Like, if you went with the Eagles, you spend the same with the salary cap. But if you went with how much money did they actually spend, like, their accounting says that everybody's spent up to the cap. But the Eagles players, if you went with their average annual salaries, are probably spending $400 million, not $200. Would you bet that Mike McCarthy is gone? I don't know. I think that's more of a 50-50 proposition at this point. But anyway, we're going to draft him. Start the draft. Emeka Egbuka went right before we picked? I hate this draft already. This draft is dumb. Let's see what happened. Hunter, Tet, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, Abdul Carter, Jeanty. This seems very realistic. Campbell, Starks, Burden, realistic. A&M edge guys confused the hell out of me. Banks. Oh, I love Banks. You jerks. Jalen Walker. I love Jalen Walker. I love Emeka Egbuka. Do you see why we need to be 11th and not 14th or 12th or 13th or 9th? Like, that is like a cutoff for me. You sons of biscuits. We got screwed. We're going to trade down. That's what happens when you win meaningless games. Yeah, these stupid guys that they're winning. Good for them. Everybody always tries their best. The players are supposed to try. It's unfortunate that they've gotten positive results. Oh, I really want any of the 3 players that just went. But that's okay. I got other guys. How many first-round grades do you have? Great question. Let's look. All of my wide receiver first-round grades are gone. Jeanty's gone. I still have first-round offensive lineman available. Mason Graham is gone. I still have an edge. It's a first-round grade that's not gone. So I have 1 Michael Williams, Georgia pass rusher. Simmons, the Ohio State offensive lineman, and Campbell, the LSU offensive lineman, are the guys that are available. Shedeur Sanders is available, and so is Cam Ward. Oh, we're just not going to pick quarterbacks, huh? What? No quarterbacks got picked? Oh, we'll be fine then. One of these three, two of these three will fall to us because quarterbacks are going to get picked. I'm not picking a quarterback just because I think that's silly and incredibly unrealistic. So we're not going to do it. Caleb Johnson, good running back. Quinshon Judkins, good running back. Omarion Hampton, good running back. Let's keep an eye on that. Michael Williams, that's a first-round grade for Jeffrey. Georgia guy. I will tell you, kind of a developmental pick. But the more and more I watch him, the more I'm like, man, all of the different things that he can do, if he develops, that could end up being the best player in this draft right there. Michael Williams could be. 6'5", 265, can forklift dudes, good athlete, hard to keep him blocked. He's got to put it all together, and he's got to figure out some pass rush moves. But that guy, a lot like, honestly, a lot like, who's the other Georgia guy? They went number 1 overall. Trayvon Walker. Should have never been picked in front of Aiden Hutchinson, who is a better player, but lots of tools. And he's putting it together. He's a really nice player. He's also picked number 1 overall. So that's a first-round grade. Josh Simmons is a first-round grade. We got to figure out what's going on with his knee. We'll find out more at the combine. It ended his season, so we got to figure out what's going on with his knee. We'll figure that out. So that's a first-round grade for me. Michael Williams is a first-round grade for me. And, oh, wait. Will Campbell's gone. Okay, so I have 2. And I haven't watched James Pierce yet, I'm sorry, or Ravel. But I hear they might be first-round guys. So what we're going to have to do is what Jeff loves to do. Always trade down. Always. You take the best player available. All right, well, I got 2 choices. I got 2 first-round guys. And I agree with you. I am going to take the best player available in a second. Who wants to trade? 16. Everybody wants the pick. All right. 1648. You don't have anything for me, so you're out. 14, 17. Would you give me a third-round pick to move up? Well, that's easy. Come on up. Now watch what happens. I lose my 2 first-round players. Nope, sure didn't, but I lost one of them. Simmons is gone. Narrowed it down for me. Thank you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take Michael Williams, which sucks because if you wanted to draft for need, I'm not picking at a need position. I could use more guys on the edge, but I probably desperately need some other things. But that's the whole point of the exercise. We don't draft for need. We draft the best player we can find, or we trade down some more. There's like, let's see, how unrealistic is this? Okay, yeah, no. Wait. Like, surely I can't get a third-round pick to go down 2 spots. 67% chance. No, that's not realistic. I'm not doing that. That would be taking advantage of them. That's a lie. I'm not taking advantage of the computer. Captain Tradedown has gone down once, not including cheater grades. How many true first-rounders in this class? Usually it's 12 to 20. Yeah, I think it's I don't have quarterbacks yet, but I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 without quarterbacks for me. I'll show you the board. Here's my board. Share. Copy link. And then I'll put it in here. And you can see my little tiny board. You can also see I've been playing around with stacking them next to all the rankings of having them in order. And so in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Michael Carter is my 7th player, and I'm about to pick him at 17. So that is what we call a good pick, according to me. And what else? Who else can I go off of? According to me, Michael Williams. Bam. Oh, wait, did I do the wrong name on my board? Where's Williams? Okay, he's down further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My 8th best player at 17. Cool. You take Sanders. Sanders isn't going to be there. And I don't want to play that game with too many players, but one of the top 2 quarterbacks is not going to be there. It's just not going to happen. And now Jalen Milroe's available in the second. Come on, what are we doing? All right, does Jeff know enough players to make these picks in the second round? Let's see. What are the running backs we got? Beep. Okay. I like Sampson. And I like Henderson just fine. I actually like Sampson better, Mr. Tennessee man. He's little, but he's fun. He's not that little. Trevor Etienne's good. Oh my God, there's so many running backs. We're not taking a running back yet. See, this is the running back thing. We're not taking one. Not here because there's too many. That's how running back works. Get them out of here. Let's get rid of the running backs. All positions. See, Jeff's got to watch more guys. Otherwise, let's see. If I just scroll a bunch, can I find a guy that I have seen that I really like? Bond's fun. He's fun, but I don't know how high you can pick him. Deion Walker's fun. Tez Johnson. Derek Harmon. South Carolina safety. He's huge, but he's really good. Damn it. You know what I'm finding out? There's too many names that I don't know. And so I'm going to pick that guy now. And then it'll turn out that if I did this in 3 weeks, I'd be like, oh, wait, there are a lot of guys there that would have taken over that guy. And I hate that you see other people's rankings here because I'm just going to not agree with them. And so when I pick it, it's going to be, you get an F, like Derek Harmon in the second round, Oregon defensive tackle. I could do that. I could do Deion Walker, Kentucky defensive tackle. I could do that. Maybe Isaiah Bond. Traits are lovely. I got to watch Jaden Higgins today. Oh, God. Let me check the chat. What are we doing here? How are we doing, guys? Running back third round. Jeff, why is it you say the QBs will not be there and then not take one? If they are there, you take them. If they are gone, then you take one of the other players that was picked. Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I guess I would have taken one of the other players that'll be there. There's no way you are getting to 14 and no quarterback has been picked. See, what we're finding out is your boy doesn't have enough players on his board to do this. Let's see. Who are my guys? Second round. Hampton, Johnson, Judkins at running back, Grant and Nolan at D tackle. Either of them available? My gigantic safety I have as a second round guy, right? Yeah. Campbell's gone. I don't like this. I need to see more guys. It's too early for a running back. Damn it, I got to go watch tape. Let's just do one of the D tackles. Let's just do one of the D tackles, or can I just keep scrolling and eventually I'll see a guy that I love that they don't love? Surely not this far, right? Quinn Ewers. I bet one of these wide receivers would work. I just need to go watch them all today. Mike Green. I've heard there's people that really like Mike Green. I need to watch him today. Jeff, why did you do a mock draft knowing full good and well you were going to get here and it wasn't going to be the guys you've seen because you've been watching top 40 players and it's a 46 pick? We're going to randomly pick. This guy's fun. Imanwari. He looks like he's way too big to be a safety. He's like 6'3", 6'4", 6'3", 230 pounds. But boy, he can move good. He can move good. Not a lot of ball production, but sucker can run and hit and change direction and do all the things, and he's a giant. Eeny, meeny, miny, pick a D tackle. Here you go. You took Derek Harmon, defensive tackle. Wait. Oh, yeah, because I traded for another third-round pick, so I don't get another pick. Don't try to tell me Pro Football Focus what to do. You're not better than me. See, it says I'm an idiot because I scrolled way down to pick a guy that they don't like the way that I like him. We wanted a mock draft. That's why you did it. Well, I didn't have to do it. You know what we can do? Let's do it again. Do it again. Draft now. Start over. I want to do it again. Care per positional value more. Let's get and more to public because it looks like you guys hate the quarterbacks. They need me. People need me out there to fix their stuff. Let's see. Start the draft. Oh, now we're cooking. See, now we are cooking. And we get into draft debates with this one. Tet, Travis, blah, 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 Burden, Cam Ward, gone. They're still not going to take Shedeur Sanders. Okay. That's fine. But here's the thing. Malachi Starks, gimme. Jalen Walker, gimme. Who's higher on my stack? Starks is 3 and Walker is 9. And the thing is, it's a safety though, you know? That's what hurts. But what Malachi Starks is, it's not a fair name to use because is it a fair name? I love Brian Branch. The Lions, he's a safety. He plays the slot. He can do everything, and he's a football genius. And I think Malachi Starks is in that vein. He literally has the footwork to play in the slot and cover guy in man coverage, play a deep half, play down, play center field, physical. He's got all the things you want in a safety, but that's so early for a safety. And I also love Jalen Walker. Let me tell you what my holdup is with Jalen Walker. It's a tweener thing. He's a linebacker, yes. He's a pass rusher, yes. But he's a 6'2", 245-pound pass rusher, which is very small. And so, like, can you use him as a blitzer? And is he good off the edge of Georgia? Yes. As a linebacker, can he run everywhere and hurt people? And is he incredibly strong? Yes. There's lots of things I love about Jalen Walker. But much like everyone in this freaking draft in the top 15, I also have my questions on why he could bust. But I like both of those guys a lot. Brian says he's not as good as Branch. You're watching my stream, not Brian's. You could tell him I said that. I'll tell him tomorrow morning. Yeah, but Branch is an all-pro. Gosh, and I'm picking at a position that I actually have guys under contract who are my starters. But if I'm being honest with the way I've ranked the players, Malachi Starks is my top graded player, so I'm picking him. That's what I'm doing. Bang. And we ain't looking back. All right, now give me another guy that I've seen that I really like. Nope, they're just not going to do it. All right. Now we see where Jeff's got to go get to work. I watch a bunch of these guys. Are that many running backs really going to go in the top 45? You guys think that's going to happen? Hey, look, Shedeur went 38th. Sweet simulator. Need a new simulator. Okay, so they're just having them go in their board's order. Hampton, Judkins, Johnson. 4 running backs in the first round. What are we doing? Who cares? I just don't know enough guys. I don't know enough guys. No. Turns out I'm worthless in a 2-round mock draft. We'll try it again next week when I know more guys. Oh, wait, no. But I will show you what you could do. You just do this. Bam, got an A. Pick the guy they like the best. What a pick. He's a genius. Bam, got an A. Great job. I don't even know who he is. Damn it. Okay, so now we know. Your boy's not ready. Your boy's not ready to mock draft yet. Son of a bitch. There's zero reason to draft wide receiver high for a quarterback that can't win playoff games throwing. He's won playoff games throwing. We have to plan for Dak not to throw. That's a weird plan in 2024, 2025. We got to give him somebody not named CeeDee to throw to. But we might be able to do that in free agency. You know? Might be able to figure that thing out. We'll figure that out. Oh, whatever. Well, this stream was a bust. But you know what? That happens sometimes when you're a content creator. You've got a plan and you think that you're ready to do something, and it turns out you're not ready to do it at all. I'm not ready to mock draft through 2 rounds. I got to either watch new players or find a new simulator. What are you guys doing? Anything else we need to talk about? Let's see. I asked for Cowboy questions on both Twitter and Blue Sky because if you're a content creator, you have to be on all the social medias now. If this thing becomes big, you got to get in on the ground floor. So if you're on the Blue Sky, make sure you follow me, Jeff Cavanaugh. Okay. I got some Blue Sky questions. Why do the Cowboys make me suffer? I don't know. Who could we trade to get our 4th rounder back? I don't know. I don't have anybody to trade. They're in trouble. If If you're going to be a draft and develop team, but you're not on a good drafting run, and you let a bunch of your guys go a year ago, and you might be doing it again this year, ooh, you're in a tough spot. Ooh, you're in a tough spot. Does the team let Ferg walk? We don't have to worry about that yet. Bigger defensive need for the 2025 draft post round one, cornerback or linebacker. Was Egbuka there? Cornerback or linebacker. So right now, if you go into 2025, your linebacker room is Damone Clark and Marist Liufau with Overshown whenever he gets back. And that's it, right? Yeah. Kendrick's free agent. It's Marist and Damone Clark, who has 1 year left. And if they have a new D coordinator, maybe Damone Clark will be allowed to play. But I think that the current coaching staff and him, not besties. At cornerback, our room is Bland and Kalen Carson. Do you see how little they have? Jay Lou's a free agent. Trayvon Diggs will be back whenever he gets back. I wouldn't imagine at the start of the season. So the answer is yes. Like, what else does it need? Everything. Jeff, do you think it really matters or matters who the Cowboys head coach is with Jerry undermining the head coach every turn? It just doesn't matter. I mean, I think it matters, especially if, like, there's another name that I would throw in the mix, but I don't know if it works for the Cowboys. The hard part is you want to make it Cowboys realistic, right? I don't know if Ben Johnson wants the Cowboys job because of if the list of things he said he wants is real, that Albert Breer said on the Thursday night game or whatever, then he's not coming to the Cowboys because it doesn't line up with what he's looking for. And for other guys who aren't clearly becoming huge names, well-known, I just don't know if Jerry would even do it. Like, one guy I really like, I think Tampa's offensive coordinator is really good. If you watch the Bucs play, just look at what they do. There's good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff happening. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of giving yourself a great chance. There's a lot of ways to get your best receiver the matchups you're looking for. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of good. Tampa Bay has a lot of good. I think their OC should be a head coach candidate. It's like, I think who the Cowboys head coach is can matter if he gives you a schematic advantage, right? Like, yeah, Jerry's going to make your life kind of suck in terms of dealing with the media, and he might want you to play certain guys. And some of that stuff might happen. But if you give me a schematic advantage out there on the football field, that matters. And I don't think McCarthy does. I think he's better than the people who hate him think. But I wouldn't make the case that he's one of the 5 or 10 best at giving you a schematic advantage on game day. I think he's a good CEO head coach. And he's a reasonable play caller. He's fine. Somewhere between fine and pretty good. I want awesome. I want the Rams play caller. I want the Niners play caller. I want the Lions play caller. I want the Bucks play caller. I want the guys that I think give me a definite advantage. That's what I'm looking for. Zimmer all the way as the head coach. Okay, that's the sort of thing that maybe it's not being talked about a lot, but if the defense is playing well and Jerry knows him, sure, Zimmer could be your next head coach. Vrabel could be the next head coach. Kellen Moore homecoming. I can't see that, but Jerry did love him. Head coaching experience has always seemed to be very important to Jerry. And I get it. I want my head coach to have coaching experience. But my dream is to bring in a head coach who gives me a schematic advantage to getting people open and scoring points. And then also get me Robert Saleh to run my defense. Not that I hate Zimmer. I'll be interested to watch the next 3 weeks, though. They did a decent job against the Bengals, but their starting running back got 4.1 yards per carry, and Joe Burrow went ham on you. So I think we're overblowing what a great job the Cowboys did against the Bengals. The total of giving up, what did they give up? It was 20? 27. Yeah, like 27, that's not good. 20 is fine, but obviously you could have had the ball, and those last 7 might not have happened. You could have held them to 20. That's a good number, but it's not like they were out there just kicking ass. So I'm still keeping a sharp eye. I'm still keeping a wonk eye on Mike Zimmer's defense. Witness Jerry's Dan Campbell could absolutely happen. There's his last name. Thank you, Jeremy. Wouldn't mind Liam Cohen. I knew it was Liam. I knew the Tampa guy was Liam, but I always forget his last name. John Gruden is a chance. More chance that John Gruden's a head coach here than Ben Johnson. I agree with that. But maybe they'll shock us. Maybe they'll shock us, and they will go in a different direction. They need to go in a different direction with quite a few things if they're going to be a competitive football team next year. And the frustrating part for me is it's so doable. Making your team competitive next year is so doable. You just have to not do the stuff that you like to do. You haven't drafted well the last couple of years. You don't have as many highly compensated players as a lot of other teams. You have the opportunity to do lots of things to add really good players, but they won't. Like, what gets them up against the cap is they will pay next year whatever free agent they do sign, because like they'll sign guys, they just won't sign big money guys. Whatever guys they do sign, they're going to sign Eric Kendricks. What did he make this year? $4 or $5 million bucks. And then the Eagles will sign Saquon Barkley, who this year counts less than Eric Kendricks. And in cash, the Eagles are paying Saquon way more because he got a big signing bonus. But against the salary cap, he counts 3 point something. And if Eric Kendricks is a $4 million player on a one-year deal, he counts $4 million because there's nowhere else to put the money. The teams who are trying to compete are going to sign better players than you that are going to count less against their cap this year, and they're going to pay more cash. That's what the Cowboys don't want to do because they're cheapies. They have an actual budget. Travis Graziano, appreciate the super chat. Any chance we bring in Dion? I am told that Dion is staying at Colorado, like in real life, that Dion is staying in Colorado. I wouldn't be stunned. I mean, a guy who went and coached his son, I wouldn't be shocked if he'd left that school when his kid left that school. Is Shiloh gone too? I don't know. But I've heard that he's going to stay there. He's going to keep doing it. I will throw up if the new head coach is, I'm assuming that's supposed to be Kellen Moore. I don't think it's going to be Kellen Moore. I think it's going to be Mike McCarthy. Because if they're honest, if Steven's being honest about their offseason approach, going to be similar this year as it was last year, not because they're actually up against it, but because they view themselves as up against it and the way that they want to do business would lead to doing business that way, then there's no reason to bring in a new coaching staff in a year where you're just going to be running out there hoping to stay incredibly healthy and have your best players carry you to a competitive season before you run into a team in the postseason that is in a more competitive window and has 5 more good players than you because they've signed them and you're going to lose to them. There's no reason to put that on your next head coach. You'd wait a year. If you're going to have another sabotage season by the front office where you're choosing not to spend to try to actually compete to win, you let Mike and Mike deal with that. Except, would they do 1-year contracts again? I think Mike McCarthy could get another job. I think. Depends how many are open. But I think he's done a good enough job that he could get another job. Might be true of Mike Zimmer too. So would they sign 1-year deals to come back for the sabotage season? I don't know. Because if they get a real extension, Mike McCarthy will see every year of that extension because Jerry Jones doesn't believe in paying 2 coaches. He's not going to fire a guy. That guy still gets paid and hire another guy. He's not going to do that because they're cheap. And this is true. They won their Super Bowl. And they're the most expensive franchise in pro sports, baby. They won their Super Bowl. All right, so we found out today that your boy is not ready to do a mock draft. I'm going to go watch college players so that I can do a mock draft. And maybe I'll find a different simulator because maybe their rankings are wrong. We'll see. But anyway, today was a day off for DLLS, but I do want to, I'll put it in the chat. I'd love for you to follow this account, make sure that you're subscribed because I do 5 days a week doing shows there. And I occasionally, once or twice a week, put them on my channel as well. But all of them are on that channel. And if you follow it, we would get to 12,000 today. That'd be great. Come on, Jeff. Before Green Bay, you said Dallas should blow them out. Then the QB choke. You start saying the team was bad. Be intellectually honest. I try not to be intellectually honest or dishonest. I try not to get dug in on anything. Like what happened against Green Bay is the Cowboys sucked. Was that reflective of what would happen if they lined up to do it again? I don't know. And I am fine with saying that the way that they tend to start, hell, even the way they started this season, although they won the first game big, but they have a tendency to start slow in big moments. And the offense at least got going. Like the comparison I will always make is Trevor Lawrence got to win a playoff game where he threw 4 picks in the first half and they were down by 28? Because his defense gave him a chance. He was like, okay, I got it. My bad. I'm going to go score. Give me a stop, get us the ball back, and I'll go score. And the Cowboys offense did do that against Green Bay, but their defense never gave them a chance. It's like you can put it on Dak if you want, but I feel like if you say that game is on Dak or like Dak choked and like that's your takeaway from that game, I think you're being intellectually dishonest. One side of the football got it figured out. If the other side would have given them a chance to make it competitive by figuring it out, the other side didn't give you a chance. They tried. I'm not raw dogging under this hoodie. You know better. I don't raw dog under a hoodie. But yeah, I think that falls on coaching too. McCarthy, Quinn, they got smacked. Soviet Dallas Cowboys, Russia is rooting for your, I don't know what that means. Oh, your username is the Joseph Stalin. Interesting. Well, I mean, I want everyone, like if you see an ad pop up on your screen, I get a part of a penny. So, I mean, I'll take it from Stalin too, I guess. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm going to go watch some college tape and see. I got to get more guys watched. The draft comes quick. Tell your friends. Maybe next week I'll be able to do a better mock draft. Sorry for that massive failure. But have a great day. And remember that you have no idea what Jeff's going through when he doesn't know the guys with the second round pick.